Hey, what's up? It's Privacy J here. It's time for another season 2 of the Sunday's live stream. So, the last update, the last Sunday's live stream, what we are talking about, um, let's see, what we are talking about is oh yes, hold on, let's see, oh yes, what we're talking about is the M5 chip rumors of the Macs and iPads. But now we'll get to that more details and about it in the next Sunday's live stream. So before that, we'll let you know about the San Gennaro. So let's go over to today's topics about it. So the Feast of San Gennaro of 99th annual Feast of San Gennaro. So celebrate celebrate the Italian culture and food at the 99th San Gennaro feast with food, live music, and vendors and more in Little Italy. The Feast of San Gennaro takes place on Mulberry Street, Little Italy, between Canal and Houston, and on Hester between Baxter Street and Center Street, and Grand between Baxter Street and Central Marketplace. Enjoy tons of food and drinks, live music, carnival, and more. So, you see more details about that. So, don't worry about that. um, let's just click on learn more and see. But this is gonna be the quick video, by the way. So I know it's loading, so let me go and hold on. Let me go and try again. I don't know. Is it we're waiting for it to load to come out, or I don't know. Is it? I think we'll wait patiently for doing that. So I don't know. I don't know what's taking so long to do this. All right, let me find another one. If it's not, let me find another topic for this. So, yeah. Oh, hold on. Oh, hold on. Oh, there it goes. Hold on. Okay, here we go. So, the 99th annual feast of San Gennaro returns to NYC. So, this is gonna be a different topic. So, new topic. The annual feast of feasts and celebration of Italian culture returns New York City next month, or which is this month. Sorry. The free annual food festival and the Feast of San Gennaro returns to Mulberry Street between Canal and Houston Streets for 11 days, beginning on September 11th from 11:30 to 11:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. As with previous years, guests will be able to indulge in Italian cuisine ranging from handmade pasta, sausage and peppers, brick oven pizza, cannoli, and more. After eating to your heart's content, visitors can enjoy carnival games and rides, special performance, and religious processions. More details on performance and events are expected to be released in the coming days. To keep up with the latest announcements for the Feast of San Gennaro, New York can follow the event's Instagram page and website. So, yeah. So, Dominic Jack is a digital content producer from Brooklyn with more than 5 years of experience covering news. She joined Pix 11 in 2024 last year for more of her work. So, next topic. Instagram finally comes to iPad. The Instagram app is expanding to the iPad at long last, with Instagram releasing a dedicated iPad app as of yesterday. No, so last week. Instagram for iPads focuses on Reels, and when opening the app, it will go directly to the Reels page. Stories will be available at the top of the interface with support for messaging as well. There is dedicated following tab that provides different filtering options, all with display recommended posts and reels from accounts allow you that you follow, while friends will show recommended posts from accounts you follow and that follow you back. The latest option will show critical posts and reels from accounts that you follow. Instagram for iPad was designed to take advantage for a larger display area, providing access to more features with fewer taps. Instagram says that humans can catch up on messages and notifications using layouts that display both tabs at the same time. And when you watch reels, you can expand the comments while the reel stays at the full size. The Instagram app for the iPad is rolling out now. It is available on iPad that support iPadOS 15.1 and later. Yeah, let's talk about that tomorrow. Next topic. The cool AirPods Pro 3 coming soon, which is this week on Tuesday, but bigger upgrade arrive next year. So Apple plans to release the AirPods Pro 3 this year, according to supply chain analyst Ming-Ching Kuo. All signs point towards Apple unveiling the AirPods Pro 3 during its iPhone 17 event on September 9th, which is 2 days away. However, Cool did not provide a specific time frame beyond the second half of 2025, which lines up with previous rumors. Cool did not mention any new features that are planned for the AirPods Pro 3. However, Bloomberg's Mark Gurman recently reported that the AirPods Pro 3 will likely have the same heart rate monitoring feature that Apple introduced on their Power Beats Pro 2 earlier this year, along with the significantly smaller charging case. When both Beats Power Beats Pro 2 earbuds are placed in the ears and heart rate monitoring is active, Apple says the LED optical sensors pulse at over 100 times per second to measure the heart rate via blood flow. The feature integrates with popular fitness apps to collect data, workouts, and sync it to Apple's Apple's Health app on the iPhone. The feature is based on the Apple Watch heart rates sensing technology. If someone is wearing both Power Beats Pro 2 and an Apple Watch, Apple says apps default to using Apple Watch heart rate data, and that will likely apply to the AirPods Pro 3 too. Heart rate heart Beyond heart rate monitoring, it is likely that the next AirPods Pro will feature improved sound quality, increased active noise cancellation, design changes, and more. AirPods Pro 2 debuted at the iPhone 14 event in September 2022, which is 3 years, and they were updated with the USB-C charging case and a few other tweaks in September 2023, which is 2 years ago. While there will have been at their will while there will have been at least a 3-year gap between the launches of the AirPods Pro 2 and the AirPods Pro 3, the wait for the AirPods Pro 4 might be significantly shorter. Koo said that Apple plans to update that AirPods Pro again next year with the more significant hardware upgrade, at least one tiny infrared camera. Quo previously said AirPods with infrared cameras would provide an enhanced special audio experience with Apple Vision Pro headset. For example, when a user is watching a video with Vision Pro and wearing this new AirPods, if users turn their heads to look in a specific direction, the sound source in the direction can be emphasized to enhance the special audio computing experience. He said the cameras could potentially enable in-air gesture control as well, allowing for device interaction with hand movement, he said. So next topic, new Apple TV, HomePod Mini, and more reportedly coming soon with these new features. Bloomberg's Mark Gurman, uh, which is 2 days ago, outlined his expectations for Apple's event on Tuesday, September 9th, with his report offering in depth details about the iPhone 17 series, a trio of new Apple Watch models, and the third generation AirPods Pro. The final section of his report listed even more products that are also coming soon, including updated versions of the Apple TV, HomePod Mini, AirTag, and iPad Pro, and Vision Pro. Across his previous reports, he said that all five of these devices will be updated later this year, but it is unclear if any of them will debut at the iPhone event. It is unlikely that all five of the devices will be announced next week, as that which is this week, as that would be too many new products at once, but perhaps one or two of them will debut. There is precedent for Apple TV and HomePod mini announcements during iPhone events, and the new AirTag would also be timely announcement given its is an iPhone accessory as for the iPad Pro and Vision Pro. It is more likely that those devices will be updated in October next month. Alternatively, any of the devices could be announced in a press release on the Apple Newsroom website only, especially if updates are only minor. The following new features and changes are expected for each device, according to a combination of Gurman's report today as in previous rumors. Apple TV, a faster A17 Pro chip that will support next year's revamped version of Siri powered by Apple Intelligence AI, and an Apple designed Wi Fi chip with Wi Fi 6E or Wi Fi 7 support. A built in FaceTime camera has rumored for future Apple TV, but is unclear if that will arrive with the next model. HomePod Minis, S9 chip or newer, with support for next year's revamped version of Siri powered by Apple Intelligence, and Apple designed Wi Fi chip with Wi-Fi 6E or Wi-Fi 7 support, improved sound quality, a newer ultra-wideband chip, or potentially new color options like red. AirTag, up to 3 times longer item tracking range versus current AirTag, a more tamper-proof speaker, and very low battery life air alerts. The iPad Pro with M5 chip and 2 front cameras, allowing for photos and video calls in both portrait and landscape orientations. Vision Pro, a faster M4 chip or M5 chip, a new head strap that improves comfort, and potentially a space black color option. Stay tuned for coverage. Apple announcements like this week. Next topic, the Apple Watch Series 11 to feature new brighter display and fresh colors. Apple's upcoming Watch Series 11 will retain the same design as its predecessor, but include a new screen with increased maximum brightness, according to Bloomberg's Mark Gurman. Apple also plans to shuffle its color and brand offerings for the new model, although specific details weren't disclosed beyond Apple's intention to address reports of chipping issues with the jet black color offered as part of the Series 10. The Series 11 represents a more modest update compared to last year's Series 10, which Apple internally considered a wholesale redesign dispute, appearing similar to previous generations. Beyond the display improvements, rumors suggest this Series 11 will include a MediaTek modem supporting 5G RedCap for wearables and a new S11 chip. There have been rumors about the model potentially including blood pressure monitoring for hypertension detection, but Gurman doesn't seem to think the feature is ready for prime time. The Apple is expected to unveil the Watch Series 11 at its all dropping event on Tuesday, September 9th, which is 2 days, with pre-orders likely starting September 12th before that, following by product launches on September 19th, was a week before the release. Next topic, the Apple Watch SE3 coming soon, which is this Tuesday. We don't have too much longer to wait until Apple's all drawing September event, which will see the unveil of new iPhones and new Apple Watch models, including the Apple Watch SE. The Apple Watch SE is overdue for an update, and there could be some useful change coming to Apple's most affordable watch. Apple could update the Apple Watch SE with 1.6 and 1.8-inch display sizes. It's possible Apple is planning to transition to the Apple Watch Series 7 designed for the Apple Watch SE, which would see it made available in 41 millimeters and 45 millimeter sizes. The current Apple Watch SE comes in the older 40 millimeters and 44 millimeter size options, the same as the Samsung Galaxy Watch does. With the Series 7, Apple also changed the design of the Apple Watch, including a slimmer casing and smaller bezels. The S11 chips, the next generation Apple Watch SE, should get the same S11 chip as the Apple Watch Series 11 and the Apple Watch Ultra does, like the Apple Watch Ultra 3. The S11 is essentially the same as the S9, as the S10 and the S10, but it will be a major improvement over the S8 chip that's in the current Apple Watch SE. Performance should be quicker and the SE3 should be more responsive. With the S11, the Apple Watch SE3 could get features like on device Siri processing, support for double tap gestures, and more storage. Possible health features. The Apple Watch SE has fewer health features than Apple's flagship Apple Watch models. It doesn't have the ECG app, and there's no blood oxygen monitoring. For example, if there are new health features in the Series 11 and the Ultra 3, it's unlikely the functionality will make it to the Apple Watch SE3. The Apple Watch SE supports core features like heart rate tracking, sleep tracking, and respiratory res- respiratory rate tracking. It already has the hardware needed for sleep apnea detection, so Apple could add that as an option. Apple could also upgrade the optical heart sensor to the third generation version that was initially introduced in the Apple Watch Series 7. The current Apple Watch SE is still using the second generation sensor. Plastic casing rumors. Back in mid 2024, Bloomberg's Mark Gurman said that Apple was working on a new Apple Watch SE with a colorful plastic casing. The device would have been reminiscent of the iPhone 5S, 5C, and iPhone that used a colorful plastic material instead of aluminum. As of the year, Gurman says that Apple might have scraped the plan for a plastic Apple Watch. The design team supposedly didn't like the look of the device, and the material team was struggling to make it cheaper than the current aluminum casing. The Apple Watch SE may continue to use the same old aluminum case as a result. And the price, we've heard no rumors of a price increase for the Apple Watch SE, and Apple probably wants to keep the device affordable. The current 40 millimeter version is priced starting at $249, and the 44 millimeter model is priced starting at $279. the Apple Watch SE Series 3 could have the same price points. Apple has marketing the Apple Watch SE to parents who get the device for their children, and raising the price would impact Apple's effort to market the device to kids. Launch timing. Apple will debut the Apple Watch SE 3 as of September 9th, which is 2 days, and not on the iPhone event. Pre-orders for the watch could follow on September 12th, and the launch could come on September 19th, as I said earlier. Next topic, iPhone 17, which is this week. 5 last-minute rumors detailed in report today, which is last Thursday. Apple is set to unveil the iPhone 17 series in just 5 days from now, and last-minute rumors about the device continue to surface. The latest word comes from Taiwanese market research from TrendForce, which outlines several alleged iPhone 17 details in a press release last Thursday. Excuse my burp. As previously rumored, the standard iPhone 17 and the all-new iPhone 17 Air will elitely be equipped with 120 hertz displays for smoother scrolling and content. Excuse my burp, by the way. The regular iPhone 16 and the iPhone 16 Plus will have the iPhone 16 Plus have 60 hertz displays, with the higher 120 hertz refresh rate limit to the Pro models to date. Due to its ultra thin design, the iPhone 17 Air will be equipped with a silicon anode battery. According to the report, a silicon battery would have higher energy density compared to the graphic batteries used in other iPhone models. So this likely refers to the high density battery that Apple supply chain analyst Ming-Chi Kuo uh, previously said the device would have it was previously reported that the iPhone 17 Air would have worse battery life compared to the iPhone 17 models, and Apple may release an optional battery case for the device. As widely expected, the iPhone 17 Air is said to rely entirely on eSIM technology with no physical SIM card slot due to the device's ultra thin design. iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max models will illegally have optimized software algorithms to enhance optical zoom. Perhaps the limit will increase from 5 times on iPhone 16 Pro models to 8 times or higher. As previously rumored, Apple may adjust its release cycle going forward, with lower end iPhone models to launch in the first half of the year, followed by higher end models like the Air Pro and Pro Max, and the Fold in the second half of the year. This two-phase strategy is expected to begin next year, with the iPhone 18 Air, iPhone 18 Pro, and the iPhone 18 Pro Max, and the iPhone 18 Fold to be expected to launch in September next year, 2026, followed by the lower end iPhone 18 and the iPhone 18e models around March 2027, which is 2 years. So, TrendForce also shared potential iPhone 17 pricing and storage information and RAM amounts. TrendForce said at least some of the information that is shared today is based on current market information and analysis projections. Fortunately, rumors will be confirmed very soon. Apple set to unveil the iPhone 17 series during its event on this Tuesday. So last topic. The iPhone 17 Air could start at $1,099, which is expensive, with 256 gigabytes of storage, 1 terabyte for $1,499, which is expensive. As well. Apple's upcoming iPhone 17 Air will have a $1,099 starting price, providing 256 gigabytes of base storage, and will max out at $1,499 with the 1 terabyte option, according to the latest Train Fans report. Apple will offer three price storage tiers for the all new ultra thin iPhone 17 model, which replaced last year's iPhone 16 Plus in the lineup. Here's how TrendForce seen them breaking down: the 256 gigabyte, 512 gigabytes, and 1 terabyte. That's 1,299, 1,099, 1,499. Meanwhile, the market research company expects the regular iPhone 17 model to have the same $799 starting price and the 120 gigabytes base storage as last year's iPhone 16, while both the iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max will come with 256 gigabyte base storage options, an increase of $50 to $100 per comparable capacity. This isn't the first time we have heard that the iPhone 17 Pro models will both have 256 gigabytes base storage, but the iPhone 17 Air pricing for storage tier information is new. Earlier this week, JP Morgan offered price estimates for the iPhone 17 series that put the iPhone 17 Air starting price at $899, $949, which is $150 lower at the top end than TrendForce prediction. The TrendForce report also corroborates previous rumors that the iPhone 17 and Air will feature Apple's new A19 processor, while the Pro series will adapt the A19 Pro chip. Meanwhile, the iPhone 17 Air Pro and Pro Max will come with 12 gigabytes of RAM, up from 8 gigabytes, while the regular iPhone 17 will continue to come with 8 gigabytes of RAM. All models this year will also feature 120 hertz ProMotion displays. So as you can see, these specs right here, the so on the and the storage that we see where we know. TrendForce projects total shipments of the iPhone 17 series will rise by 3.5% compared with the iPhone 16 lineup in 2024 last year, with the Pro series remaining the main sales driver. Apple is expected to unveil the iPhone 17 lineup at its all drawing event on September 9th, 2 days away, with a potential launch date of Friday, September 19th. All right. I heard the helicopters in the background. So, anyways, that's gonna be it for today's stream about the San Gennaro and all the 2 days before the event topics. So I'll be back tomorrow with the event about the hip hop book talk. What is the is Fragile Star, and I'll be back. Uh, by the way, I say 2 videos. By the way, so yeah, so 2 videos starting tomorrow after the appointments. I'm gonna make another community post announcements. So yeah, um, starting by tomorrow, there will be a hip hop book talk with Frito Star, starting by on 7 p.m. and on 8 p.m. What we're talking about is the final hours before the Apple event will be starting on September 9th. So after the event, what we're talking about all the announcements of Apple products and iPhone 17 series, iPhone 17 lineup, and more products. So like and comment, subscribe, or let me know about it. So we're gonna subscribe to my 3 channels: Privacy J Productions 1, 2, and 3, and my content. All of my social medias will let you know about it. Facebook, my name is Jaden Garcia. Instagram is JTech727. Snapchat is Coach0727. Follow me on X Privacy JNYC1. So thanks for watching and peace out.